Well, welcome to the edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, FCA and Dodge have done something a tad on the strange side. In fact, something that we've kind of never seen in the industry. In fact, as long as I've been a car fan, my whole life, I have never ever seen anything like this before. In fact, whenever you see those special promotional deals that so many car companies do, where, oh man, we're putting $10,000 off of this or that or the other, and then you always look down, or, because you're getting really excited, oh man, I'm going to be able to get this car for $10,000 off, and then you look down in the fine print and it always says the same thing, excluding this, and it's all the good stuff. So, well, apparently FCA and Dodge are turning that on its ear, because the day of the taping of this program, Dodge and FCA have announced Dodge Power Dollars. Basically what this is, anything inside of the, performance lineup, whether it be the Dodge Durango, the Dodge Challenger, or the Dodge Charger, you get $10 off for every horsepower that the engine produces. And this is anything up and down. Don't think that you got to go for the old Hellcat Red Eye here. You can actually buy an SXT 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 making 305 horsepower, and that will allow you to get $3,050 back. But if you do decide to go to the Hellcat Red Eye, making it 797 horsepower, that particular machine will loot you $7,970 off of the price tag. This is nothing to sneeze at. This is pretty impressive indeed. And this is for every vehicle that was ordered after the date of August 1st of 2019 from until whenever they decide to kill this thing. Now, Challenger has really been killing it. In fact, they sold over 60,000 units last year, so it's going to be impressive to see what this last part of the year push is going to do to just that particular machine. And think of that brand new wide body Charger that's coming very, very soon, that now, unless this deal ends quick enough, you may be able to get that extra cash off the top. So, pretty impressive thing that FCA and Dodge has done on this, because, boy, like I said, I've never heard of this type of thing before. Next up on the list, folks over at Pagani showing off this, a brand new Huayra Roadster BC. BC, obviously for being one Benny Caiola. Mr. Caiola was the first ever to buy a Pagani from Horatio Pagani way back in the day, and from there on forth, his name, or at least his initials, have been on the side of every hardcore version of Pagani that they've ever built. And this is kind of the first time they've ever really built, at least in the Huayra side of things, a Roadster hardcore version. So, the Roadster BC gets a bunch of brand new stuff. In fact, every body panel that you see on this particular machine doesn't carry over from the last Roadster. They've completely redone everything, especially in their exclusive material known as Carbo Titanium, that carbon fiber titanium weave that they've made that's just so much stronger than just standard carbon fiber that they've used in years past. Now, this particular machine, because it's a hardcore, means it gets a bunch of aero work. Obviously, you see that massive rear spoiler out back. It's got a big rear diffuser, massive front splitter, along with the dive planes up front as well. They're claiming that this thing will produce upwards of 1,102 pounds of downforce at speeds of 174 miles an hour. In fact, thanks to the new P0 Pirellis that they've got on all four corners and the new suspension settings, this thing can almost achieve 2 Gs in cornering forces. In fact, 1.90 is their official statement on this particular situation. Power comes from an all-new 6-liter twin-turbocharged V12 sourced from the folks over at AMG. This is supposed to be the new power plant of choice for the C10, the next-generation Pagani that's coming very, very soon that will replace the Huayra. This particular twin-turbocharged V12 now makes 800 horsepower and 774 pounds-feet of torque. That is fed through a 7-speed X-Track single-clutch gearbox. And they haven't exactly talked about the performance numbers of this particular machine. No 0 to 60 and no top speed on these, at least as of yet. Now, thanks to all that Carbo Titanium and that brand new lump, this thing is super lightweight. 2,756 pounds this thing actually weighs. Now here's the trick. Because it's a BC version, which means it's the hardcore version, and also it's going to be a very limited edition version. Yes, they're only going to build 40 of these things for the world. Apparently, 4 prototypes. I don't know if those will ever actually get in the hands of other people or not. But 40 cars, so it's going to get an exclusive price tag. So the first price for this thing, or at least the base price, is $3.4 million. But even at that price, I guarantee the folks over at Pagani and Horatio Pagani are not going to have any problem selling every one of these machines, even though chances are these things will never see the light of day as far as most people is concerned when they actually own one of these. But the thing looks killer. I tell you what, Huayra is probably one of the most beautiful cars on the planet, and I'm tickled with this brand new Roadster version. Now, there's a little side piece in there. The removable hardtop is not stowable inside of the car, so you better make sure the weather is right if you're planning on going out. But again, a lot of these cars probably won't ever see that light of day. And last up on the list, day of the taping of this particular program, has been a big news day. Sebastien Ogier making some news. The 6-time World Rally champion has announced his retirement. He will end his career inside of the WRC at the end of the year of 2020. He will finish out his contract with the folks over at Citroen. There's been a long rumor that Ogier was going to actually retire. Way back before he signed with M Sport, there were some rumors about that as well. But apparently, the last 2-year contract, he wanted to run for a works team one last time, that being Citroen now. Apparently, that was the plan all along. He was going to serve his 2-year contract, and then he was out the door. But don't feel like that you got to feel a little bit bad for the guy, because he's going to be out of work very, very soon, because he's already hooked up with a new gig. Remember several weeks ago when we talked about that Extreme E Odyssey series with those off-road all-electric cars? Well, apparently, Mr. Ogier has already signed a deal as not only a consultant, but also a development driver inside of this particular machine and development in the series. So you can't get a better guy than this. Rally Finland's going to be firing off about the time that you actually get to see this particular video. And it's going to be real interesting. This has been a hell of a fight between Mr. Ogier and one Oit Tanek. So it's going to be a very interesting back part of the season, as now we're done with the actual summer break into the back half of the WRC season. So 2 more years, or a year and a half left with Ogier. It's going to be a completely different look to WRC coming up after the year of 2020. So we got to congratulate him on his retirement. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. The first dibs on the brand new show as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.